I expect Leonard in the Mac.
Welcome back to the coverage of YCS Liverpool 2016, where we're now in round 5 of 7 on the first day of competition.
Smashing it.
I am. Got more than 800 players in the venue. Lots and lots of players from the UK, more than 400.
Yeah.
Putting up strong numbers.
Yeah, plenty of UK players.
Did you give some high fives to the guys in the venue?
All of them.
All of them, yeah.
Every single
You
one.
know quite a few of them.
Yeah, I know quite a lot of them.
Yes.
I must admit, I wouldn't be able to list everyone I've spoke to during the past like 48 hours.
Yeah. No, I think that's understandable.
Yeah.
What we can do for you guys is we can take a very quick look at the pairings for this round. So let's bring those up for you guys. That is basically the top of the field right now. This is table 1 to all the way down to table 5.
Yeah.
And as you can see, there are still a couple of either other decks or unknown decks, even in one case. So this speaks volumes of the diversity of the field this weekend, even though we see quite a bit of ABC in there.
Yeah. He must have a special character in his name, or just really confused about what his last name is.
Yeah.
That's why there's a question mark there.
Then we move down to tables 6 to 10. There's
Dale Hawks and Jake Gales as well. Jake Gales is actually from, I can never remember which one it is, the Isle of Wight, which is at the bottom of the UK.
All right.
It could be the Isle of Man.
But
One of them.
obviously, it's still the UK.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
At first, I was thinking you're saying something like he's from Costa Rica, actually,
No,
not
it's
from the
a
UK.
tiny little island at the bottom of the UK.
Okay.
And Dale Hawks, yeah, he's from around where I'm from.
Right. So all of these guys, of course, undefeated because they're at the top of the field. We see Dark Magician player.
Wow.
And then a couple more other decks. Again, it's very, very interesting how many players are doing well with decks that you might not expect at first. Then those are tables 11 till 15. There's the first Burning Abyss deck, and it's not Valence, who actually signed up yesterday. So that was
Valence is playing BA, by the way.
Oh yeah. I mean, was that a question? Yes, and now we're moving very close to our feature match, which is table 20. So they are at the bottom of this particular screen, 16 to 20. Those were Camilo Bodiglieri, who actually managed to advance to the top 4 of the European Championship, also undefeated.
Yep, he was at the World Championships.
Yes, didn't do so well there, but for some reason that happens very often with those Europeans.
Still, he made it to the World Championships. That's better than 99%.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. Yeah, of course.
He had a great time. All of the European guys, really great group of guys, really enjoyed the World Championships.
Right. And table 16 was Alexander Hulsch from Germany, who made waves in Rimini in all matter of meanings because he was playing Mermail.
Yeah.
He's again playing Mermail today, undefeated so far.
Yeah.
Marcello Barberi is going up against his countryman Lorenzo Ferrari, even if you didn't know where he was from. That sounds like an Italian name. Both playing ABC. Then we got Simone Falanga versus Jordan Barbosa, ABC versus ABC. And now we are at our feature match for round 5. That is Omar Mannan from the UK.
Yeah.
And he is going up against Daniel Freeman,
Yeah.
also
And
from the UK.
they're both playing other decks.
Yes, those other categories really like diverse as it gets this weekend. What are they playing, Luke?
So we've got David Freeman playing Water, Mermail,
Whatever you want to call
lots
it.
of different names, Mermail, Atlanteans, whatever you'd like to call it. It's water.
Fish.
Fish, yeah. Well, it's
Fish and chips,
fish and chips. Yeah.
since we're in England.
Yeah. And then we have Shiranui.
Shiranui.
Yeah.
Who would have guessed?
Yeah, that's a really crazy, crazy one.
All right. The main event has already started, so we're again a little bit lagging behind, but that's good for you guys because then there's less of time in between rounds because we can go back quicker. Speaking of going back, let's go back to the table, to the feature match table, where these two guys are getting ready to get their game on. So let's start with our round 5 feature match. So Omer on the left with his Shiranui deck and Daniel Freeman on the right. I think we did have Daniel Freeman before at one point. At least I remember the name faintly. And what can you tell us about the Shiranui deck, Luke?
So it's quite a combo-based deck. It's kind of like Dark Synchro in the fashion that it's very synchro-based and Yeah, I mean, one of the immediate things that I noticed, so kind of, let's go with the not so exciting, well, kind of exciting, not so exciting one first, that he's playing Denko Seka. That's quite an interesting one.
That's a very big card.
Yeah, I mean, it's not been played in a while, but the biggest, strangest one is this card here. Do you remember this? Do you remember this card?
Oh yes, Time
Yeah,
Wizard.
he's playing
Joe
Time
used to
Wizard.
play it.
Yeah, he's playing a Time Wizard.
Why is he playing a Time Wizard?
I don't know. I mean, if you're playing it with zombies, surely they're just going to become more decayed and not have very many attack points because they're just going to turn to dust. That's how it works, right? The
Yes.
zombies are just going to decay, and then, yeah, it's not going to go well. Okay, Charge of the Light Brigade straight out here.
Omer's actually kicking things off. He's not just playing
Yeah.
Shiranui, he's also playing Lightsworn.
Yeah, so all part of the Shiranui deck. Playing Fairy Tale Snow as well. And, I mean, he milled Unizombie, which is a great start. Raiden here. Let's see if he manages to continue with these good mills. Daniel just having a quick read of Raiden here, just to remind himself of what that does.
Yeah, he
Okay,
just
so
keeps.
there's the key card, Fairy Tale Snow.
Yeah, that card has almost single-handedly won a game in Rimini, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
That-
that's basically how the Minerva deck is working at the moment. The Minerva Lightsworn deck.
yeah. It was when we thought like this is actually better than Judgment Dragon.
Yeah,
We were like, what?
yeah,
How is that possible?
yeah. So in this kind of combo-based Shiranui deck, Foolish Burial's just as good as a Monster Reborn here. So he's able to Foolish Burial the Mizuki. He's probably going to get back his Spectral Sword, I think.
It's kind of hard to predict, I guess. But who do
Yeah.
you think? Which of these decks is better prepared or should be winning this match?
I think just purely because Omar got to go first here, then he's probably in a better spot. Just overall, if he manages to do his combo, then he's going to be in a good spot
Right.
because he's going to set up some really big synchro monsters.
But then again, Mermail has different variants. We've seen the extremely explosive version of it. That was also what Alexander Hummelsch was playing in Rimini, and what he might be playing today. Not sure about that yet. Omega has just hit play.
Yep.
Not exactly a Shiranui card, but a card that we've seen in a couple of decks.
Yep. So
Such a good card.
that's a nice hit to get. Is the Abyss Megalo. He's still got a Abyss Spike, so
Yeah, it's like one little teeth taken out of the shark's mouth.
yep.
He does have a kaiju, so he's gonna have ways to
Yeah, deal with things.
deal with big monsters. Yeah, and
Yeah.
that looks like a soul charge.
Yeah, so that's all
Lands and
that
heavy infantry.
that's all that Omar could do really, and he's gonna have to very unoptimally play the Abyss Pike.
He's actually main decking the Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries.
Yeah, which isn't going to be much use to him in this matchup.
Yes, so it looks like he came prepared to face a lot of ABC.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be much that he can use the Winter Cherries on in this matchup.
Okay, just quickly check again. He was going up against a player that was playing an unknown deck in the first round. Then he won against ABC. He won against ABC. And then he played against somebody who was also playing some sort of rogue deck that falls into the other category. So at least 2 times ABC he already beat Omer.
Yep.
Daniel, on the other hand, played against Unknown as well. ABC, Pendulum, ABC, and now again another deck.
So as I say, he's had to play this Abyss Spike really unoptimally. His discard is actually a cost at this point because he's had to discard that heavy infantry, which didn't get to destroy anything. But at the same time, Daniel is able to progress his game here. He's getting Undine ready for next turn. But again, it's quite scary really because Daniel really doesn't want to give Omar another turn.
Yeah, if you give Omega too much time, it just really wreaks
Yeah.
havoc on your hand.
Well, in the standby phase, he's going to be able to put this Mizuki back. I think he's forgotten. That would be dreadful. Okay, this is draw phase, I guess. I think he may have forgotten about Omega's effect.
What is mandatory of it?
That's not mandatory. Unless I just completely forgot what Omega does.
So the player himself needs to.
Sorry, no, it's during his opponent's. Yeah, I completely messed that up. Yeah, it's opponent's standby phase. Yeah, because if you'd have, that's the thing. If you'd have waited until his opponent's standby phase to then use Omega, that would have been so much better off for him. But instead, he just banished it during his turn. Yep. So he's attacked with Omega. Gonna take away a card. I don't know why.
The card doesn't need to exist. that's a very big statement about Omega.
Okay.
People like this card doesn't need to exist. So
Ooh, that's a tough draw there for Daniel.
trying to will it out of existence. Yeah, so there's Omer's hand, not much going on there, and this is of course Daniel's hand.
Yeah, bit of a tough draw there. Really, he drew controller, which
One of
isn't
those
ideal.
cards that you never want to draw.
No, not really.
Yeah.
Because he's going to go and search one now. By paying the cost. He's going to pay the cost of Gen X Undine.
It's the only card that I know that sends a card to the graveyard as part of the cost.
Yeah. But it's a
So-
cost. Definitely a cost. Not free.
Yeah. Very odd.
Yeah, so he's going to pay that cost. And then Dragoon's Effect's going to activate because of that. He wants to just try and do as much damage here as possible.
Yeah. Yeah, he needs to. I mean,
Yeah,
he
and
really
then
needs to
this-
go to town and.
Yeah.
But Omar is also left. He's got no real defense, does he?
No, it's just, again, this is quite scary, really, because Mermail's usually those ones that just kind of bust out OTK boards.
Yeah.
And I think Omar would have been, happily scooping up here if Daniel's hand would have been much better.
I'm not sure if he would have done it happily, but yes, I guess he would have scooped up.
But I think it's because he hit that Megalo. He hit the Megalo.
Yeah, that really helped. But speaking of the devil,
Yep.
there's another one hitting play.
Yeah, that's the same one. It just got banished with him
the
again.
one, yeah.
So, yeah. And then he's going to get back Dragoons.
And Omer's just quickly glancing at his
Go
hand,
search for
kind of like predicting what's going to happen next.
Mm-hmm.
So this game might as well already be over.
Yeah, mostly. So he's got 24 with the...
Still a little bit missing, I think.
Yeah.
So this is
20
4-8 if he attacks twice. He's
Yeah,
got-
no, that should be enough if he tributes Undine.
Yeah, and he's not gonna forget about that.
No.
He's got the Dragoons as well. That's another 1-8. 4-8 and 1-8
Okay.
is 6-6, I think.
Yeah. Tributes, well, he just has to instead tribute Dragoons to go and search with Dragoons. Don't quite know why he didn't just tribute Undine in a tougher game. I guess he's playing safe. Maybe his opponent's playing Gauze.
Yeah. This is one of those cards. I think if we do a count over all of the decks this weekend, we might not hit 10. I'm not sold on the idea that we hit 10.
Nah, I don't think we would.
People have completely forgotten about that this card exists.
Yeah. Gauze was really good when kind of...
Yeah, when it was
Monster-
released, especially.
Yeah, monster presence. Like, board presence just doesn't really mean a whole lot nowadays.
There's another special summon, and that is, of course,
Mulling this, yeah.
yeah, that
That's
should
it.
be it. So Smoothing Glacier is really like adding insult to injury.
Yeah, I don't know why he's hanging around here. He's got...
Nothing.
Yeah, he literally has no cards in hand.
It's just, yeah,
No cards in hand, no cards on field.
it's not some sort of
It's not a trick question.
exaggeration or anything. He has literally nothing. So now we check the graveyard to make sure that there's no Necro Gardener in there or something like that.
Oh, he does have snow.
Snow Rabbit. Snow the tail.
Fairy Tale
Fairy
snow.
Tale Snow. Yeah, Jesus. So much for
Yeah.
that.
So we all forgot about it.
Again.
Yeah.
Okay. But
Still,
doesn't change much, doesn't it?
No.
I
He's got nothing. Just attack with stuff, and then he's going to play snow, and then he's going to pass because he drew one card.
yeah, I don't see how. I mean, he cannot stop Snow from returning to the field, right?
No.
But yeah, in any way, if you had these live bets, then you wouldn't get a lot of money if you would put money on. You would get a lot of money if you would put money on Omar right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not a lot if you would put money on Daniel.
No.
This seems like one of these 1 in a million chances that he might come back.
Yeah. Well, if he like draws Soul Charge or something.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, he doesn't even. He does not even tribute the Genix Undyne because he just wants to keep his field because he knows he's not going to attack for game.
Yeah.
Probably smart.
There's the 7 cards.
There's Snow.
Yeah. So he's going to get the effect of the Shiranuis. So yeah, a lot of the Shiranuis, when they get banished, they get an effect. So the effect of Spectral Sword. Actually, I think Spectral Sword is the only one that you don't go on. So, yeah.
All right.
That's a shame. So let's see. Let's see where he decides to go with this. I think that was the correct bit of place here. So yeah, I think it must have... Oh yeah, you got the... Is it the Blacksmith? Shiranui Blacksmith.
They all kind of look similar, don't they?
Yeah, they're all very similar.
All very blue.
Yeah, so it's tough to see because they're all in the graveyard, so our app doesn't show...
yeah, our app only shows us cards on the field. So Omega is coming back. Good news for Omer. But is it going to be enough? He's got 1 card in hand, and of course the Fairy Tale Snow. What is going to turn things around here?
Smith, Blacksmith. I think things have turned around a little. As it was, he's destroyed...
I mean, he's still on 6-4.
That's it, yeah. If it's banished, you can destroy... no, it's... Okay, there's definitely one that destroys one, because that's why that's why that's in the graveyard. So because he's managed to get that off the field, the Millen Glacier, then his opponent's not going to be able to attack next turn. You skip your battle phase next turn if Millen Glacier leaves the field. So Omar's actually got a few turns now where he's going to be able to do some stuff. I mean, yeah, he's going to come back here. He's able to make
so much for that whole statement about the betting.
Yeah, if you'd have bet on Omar right now, that would have been amazing.
Yeah, I really shouldn't start my own betting bureau.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, it's not a solid business model for me.
No.
Okay, so Omar is suddenly having the upper hand, like never before, basically.
Yeah.
4 monsters on the field: Shiranui, Samurai Saga, Gem Knight, Tourmaline, the Omega, of course, and Fairy Tale Snow. And again, Fairy Tale Snow is the card that changes things. It's the one card that bought him another turn. Saved him from just defeat, and now suddenly
absolutely.
he's absolutely in the driver's seat and putting the pedal to the floor.
Shiranui Spirit Master was the one that he banished. It allows you to target a face-up card your opponent controls, destroy it.
All right,
Found it. So yeah, Dweller just in case.
just because I can.
Yeah, it always seems really ironic to make Dweller in a fire deck.
Yeah. Also, you never
That is rough.
get. Oh, that hurts.
That is rough.
That really, really hurts.
Yeah.
That Maxi is just like a little too late.
Yeah.
And also that Soul Charge is completely dead with 550 life points.
Yeah.
2 Genix controller and every scale of the Mitsuchi. And oh my god, I was so wrong. I was so very wrong.
Yeah, I think we both forgot about the Fairy Tale Snow. I don't
and at the beginning we even said, Snow.
It got milled by Charge of the Light Brigade.
I'll tell you what, I'm just going to start a little note-taking exercise here. And when we say something like, Fairy Tale Snow is a really good card, I'm just gonna write it down. So for the rest of the match or for the respective game, we're not gonna be like, oh yeah, he's got this. There's nothing he can do. Oh, except for that one card that we talked about in the at the beginning of the match. So
Yeah.
yeah, it feels like Alzheimer's is in the commentary booth.
Yeah.
Definitely not what we want to have.
No.
All right. So, but we gotta give it to Omer. Like excellent execution, if you ask me.
Oh, 100%. 100% knew what he was doing.
He was the calmest man in
yeah.
the entire arena right there.
Yeah, we're all getting excited about how he's lost, and then
he was like, "What are you talking about?
I got this.
I got this."
I really wonder if he's gonna side in the Time Wizard, because that would be hilarious. But at the same time, I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah. So what's going to change between those games now? We talked about the Time Wizard for a little bit that Omar has in his side deck. He's also got the Denko Sekas that you mentioned. He's also got Flying Sea.
Yeah, so Flying Sea, not all that useful against Mermails, just because they only... Yeah, okay, we see the Time Wizard going in.
just to make an impression or something on the stream or what?
Yeah, so for those, let's hope we've got it. There he is. The boy, the Time Wizard, the Clock Master. Ain't nobody got time for the Time Wizard. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, let's be honest. Let's be honest. Twitch chat right now, you're a little bit hyped. You want to see it happen. I want to see it happen.
The Time Wizard?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, it's just being corrected actually. That it's not top 64 this weekend. It's going to be top 32. I think we're just used to these larger events.
Yeah.
Where the number of players basically dictates the number of rounds that we're playing. I think at the Euros we always play top 64.
Yeah. Well, it depends on number. Oh no, I think Euros is always. I think Euros is fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah. But honestly, right now, I just want to see Time Wizard do something.
Yeah, he's a bit single-minded right now. You're like, oh, I got this one thing on my mind.
Yeah, I mean, if I get to yell Time Magic at the top of my voice, I'll be really happy about that. Time Magic. What used to happen? The little clock thing on his staff.
Yeah. You can maybe talk to our tech crew and they can show us the scene from the anime.
Yeah, we should.
I mean, Joey, of course, being the luckiest player alive.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think one time it didn't fire for him. And I'm not even sure about that.
Yeah.
Like 95% of the time, it definitely worked in his favor, this card.
Yeah. And Skull Dice. And Graceful Dice.
Better be lucky than good.
Yeah.
So if you can opt for one of the two, you might not be too far off if you go for lucky instead of good.
Yeah, exactly. I find this fascinating that someone actually was able to take a breath and think to themselves, I'm gonna put Time Wizard in my deck. I'm currently XO at a YCS, and I'm gonna put Time Wizard in my deck.
Yeah, like the closest thing that we've seen in the last few months was probably Jaugen. And Jaugen is...
But it's mainstream now.
Yeah, yeah.
Like Jaugen is completely mainstream
It's a bit different, obviously.
Yeah.
So Daniel is allowed to go first, but he doesn't.
No, he chooses to let Omar go first.
That's surprising.
That's a nice max C.
But Omar's got 6 cards. He's got 5 in hand, and he's just played the Brilliant Fusion.
Oh, maybe he didn't let him go first.
So maybe he he just started and said, "Yeah, it's your turn,"
Let's
because
see Daniel's hand. Oh yeah, Daniel's hand's completely bricked.
his hand is absolutely reactive.
Yeah, 100%.
Is the nicest way to put this.
Yeah,
And bricked is the player slang way of saying this.
yeah.
He does have a Max C, however.
He could build a Monarch deck with that.
Yeah, and a Great Wall.
Yeah. So there we go. There's the Brilliant Fusion. Yeah, I mean, Omar is just gonna. He's probably just not gonna.
He's just gonna
rise
go-
to full height as well.
You think he's going to go for the Max C challenge?
Nah,
Nah. But
surely not. Especially into. Yeah, I mean, look at that. Daniel's putting that DD Crow at the front of his hand as if to say, "I'm ready." Yeah, he's gonna build.
I got another hand trap.
He's gonna crow the snow.
Fool, you activated my hand trap.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so we might not see like the super large overextending opening from Omer.
Yeah, he could. I mean, if he just thinks to himself, you know what, I could just win right now if I want to. Let's give it a go. Then yeah, it's he knows his deck well enough that he will be able to tell himself, yes, I'm going to go for this or not.
Right.
Okay, so he's at least using those 2 normal summons. Okay, so Solitaire. Okay, he's going for it at this point. I mean, why would you use Solitaire's effect?
Maybe you don't want to go big or go home.
Yeah, it seems like it. Otherwise, there's no real reason to switch that out for a Unizombie.
Interesting. So the betting bureau opens again. The question is Omer going to be able to win this one on this turn, or is Daniel with like a million extra cards on his following turn be able to turn things around? There's the all-important DD Crow.
Yeah.
Is it the right time to discard the card?
Definitely get rid of that Mizuki.
Yeah.
However, he's going to look at Snow, and he's going to look at chaining Snow, I think. But then that's going to get cycle readed.
Yeah, looks like it. Problem is you can't really get rid of Snow with DD Crow.
No.
Card is just too good. Right, so Snow is coming back.
Yeah, okay, so he banished a Raiden from his hand as well. He's going to cycle reader the Snow, and the other one as well, most likely. So those are all the banished cards.
Yeah. Daniel is left with, I mean, if he sees another turn with that Raigeki,
yeah,
it's very easy for him to push through.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, Omar really needs to be winning this turn or stopping right now. Like, stopping right now is even advantage.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's the most balanced Maxi we've ever seen if he stops right now.
That's because he keeps kind of
discarding cards to defend himself.
Yeah, well, he keeps discarding cards to stop his opponent from special summoning, which is kind of against what you played Max C for.
It's definitely interesting, yeah, when you think about it. It's like, oh, I got a Maxi active, I'm just going to discard my DD Crow to prevent you from special summoning with Mizuki.
Yeah.
I
think he just attacked with a Unizombie.
Yeah, it does look like it. Push it slightly forward, so not going to be enough damage to finish the game outright? Or am I
no. Unizombie's like...
Yeah, Unizombie is tiny, it's 1,300.
Yeah, Raiden's 1,700, and then...
Chemnite, the Chemnite is in...
0/0.
Yeah, the Chemnite is in... That's the one in defense position, right?
Yeah. It's 0/0 anyway,
and
so...
then Spirit Master with 1,500. So, we're talking about 3,000, 4,000, 4,500 or 5,500. I'm not sure.
It's way less than 8k. Yeah, so
I
45.
think 5,500. Or 45. Okay. So 3,500 remaining for Daniel. Good news. If he draws into another soul charge, this time it's not going to be an entirely dead card. But he doesn't really have the targets right now, I guess.
No.
Don't want to bring back Max C.
No. No. Not ideal.
Like to your hand, maybe. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I think Omar's actually playing a weird Gem Knight. Which Gem Knight is he playing? He's playing Garnet. I don't know why he's Garnet. Just looks strange to me. Ah, okay. I think it's just shining strange on a light. Okay, Mill from Raiden there. Not really. Just yeah, nothing going on there. Okay, at least he made an Omega, which is okay as long as he doesn't get Gamma Sealed. So Omega slowly putting back those banished cards. I think that putting Rise to full height would have been better.
This is one of those Mexican standoffs.
Yeah,
And like the tension is, you can feel it in the air.
yeah, I don't know why Omar didn't put back Rise to full height. If he'd have put Rise to full height back and then put it on Omega and then banished Omega, then that'd have worked. Then he would have definitely not been able to do anything. So yeah, we're going to see this Raigeki that we were promised from last turn.
We were promised.
Yeah.
Yeah, I demand to see that Raigeki. Finally, that card that used to be completely broken is making an impression.
Yeah.
It's still a lot less useful than it used to be.
Oh yeah.
But,
it used to be
still a good card.
Really strong.
Yeah, it's
You have to remember that we went through a period where Raigeki was too strong, it got forbidden, and then Dark Hole was too strong, and it got forbidden. And now we've got the first one back, not just the second one.
Yeah, and one of them you can even play multiple copies.
Yeah, Dark Hole.
It's just unheard of.
Yep.
All right. So where
Daniel seems to be taking his time with his
yes,
plays
what
here.
I was about to ask. Why is he? How obvious is it what he needs to do?
Yeah, he should. It's exactly what he needs to do here. He should summon Quarantine and then play Raigeki. That's the maneuver he needs to make.
Just imagine that would have been Raigeki.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Quarantine says that you can't summon light and dark monsters, which is a big thing. You can't special summon light and dark monsters.
Yeah, especially against.
Oh, sorry, it's just light monsters.
Yeah, it's really good against ABC.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah. I had a really cool story from the World Championships. Declan Matthews. Yeah, Declan Matthews, the Dragon Duelist from Australia, summoned this against one of the Korean players.
Right.
Who was playing Blue Eyes. And he obviously, the Korean player asked for a translation. He'd never seen the card before. He asked for a translation, and then
he asked for another translation. Can I get a second translation for this card? I don't like what I'm hearing.
Yeah, he was just he asked for the translation, and he was audibly shocked when he found out what it did. He was like, "Oh wow, I've never heard of that one before." Obviously in Korean. Yeah, but Declan Matthews tells that story multiple times.
Wait, I don't think the story gets any worse.
No.
Like every time he's gonna tell people about this card, he's like, "Oh, this one time I played at the World Championship."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And this card was really giving my opponent a hard time.
Yeah, it really was. I think it's a really good card. Quarantine will be a, it's going to be a good card for as long as light monsters are being printed.
So yeah, Daniel Freeman is finally striking back after taking quite the hit at the beginning of this at the beginning of this game. His opening hand was terrible. That was something that we were in agreement. He couldn't do anything. He just passed right to Omar Mannan.
Yep.
And but now he's kind of in this.
I honestly think it would have been better if if Omar, as soon as he got max seed, just stopped.
Yeah. like now in hindsight, that probably would have been better. If there wouldn't have been a DD Crow,
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
he might have gone a little bit further
yeah. Or at the
down
same
the
time,
rabbit hole.
yeah. Or at the same time, what might have happened is Daniel would have kind of had a couple of turns to gain even more cards instead of them just all coming through the Max C and progressing the game that way.
Yeah.
It's hard to say, really.
Yeah, but that DD Crow was really clutch, wasn't it?
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. Well, the combination of the Crow and the Cycle Reader was clutch.
Yeah.
Having both was the big thing.
And of course, we made fun of it. We said, why would you play a card that says whenever your opponent special summons a card, you get to draw, and then you prevent him from
Drawing,
special
yeah.
summoning, which in turn prevents you from drawing. But yeah, it was all about seeing another turn.
Yeah.
So there's an Abyss Dweller, Mermail Abyss Toys, and Ally of Justice Quarantine.
Yeah.
And there's still more cards in hand for Daniel Freeman, Nebt Abyss, Abyss Gund, and Genex Undyne.
Yeah.
Looks good. Definitely looks good for him.
I think right now, yeah, it looks reasonable, but Omar has big monsters. He's got pretty big monsters here. He can just start attacking over things.
You're not talking about the Shiranui Solitaire, though.
No,
No.
like the Omega.
The Omega. 2,800 beat stick.
Yeah.
With a really good effect.
Yeah, exactly. And he's still fully able to summon all these dark monsters, just no light monsters.
There's an attack.
Yeah, he's going to take out that quarantine.
That's pretty much it, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, he's also, he doesn't have a lot of cards right now.
No. I mean, to be honest, Daniel's not really got, like, it's not like he's got a crazy hand. He's got Neptibus. That can get him somewhere, but not all that far. And even then, he's going to have to play through an Omega.
He doesn't have enough cards to bring Snow back right now, does he? Like his graveyard isn't full.
It's not just graveyard though; it's everything.
Yeah, everything.
But yeah, it could. I don't think
it
so.
would be too costly, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that was a pretty dead draw for Daniel here. Drew Mooling Glacier. I don't think he's even seen 5 water monsters.
Well, he's working on it. That's why he's got the Dweller out.
Yeah, Norden as well. Yeah, so that could be him working towards those 5 water monsters.
Yeah. Speaking of the devil, those
Yeah.
water monsters. I mean, we don't have the. We said this a couple of times. We don't have the exact contents of. Actually, there's snow that we just spoke about.
Yeah, this is great. In fact, you can use the Brilliant Fusion that's just kind of lingering on the field as for snow as well, which is really good. Yeah, really good. And obviously he's banishing his Shiranuis, which is like the whole purpose of the Shiranui deck is they've got some really great effects when they get banished.
I really like the interactions in this deck. I really got to say that the interactions seem really good. Nice combos that he's got going, Omer. I hope he's not the only Shiranui player. He might as well be the most successful one at this point in time, but
yeah,
I really hope there's some more players playing this deck.
Yeah, it is a fun deck. Fire zombies. It's the first ever time we've seen fire zombies as an archetype. Yep, so it's a pretty strong play, but that's the play. It seems like an unassuming play, but yeah, it's summoning the Neptibus here.
Unassuming play. these British understatements the whole time. It's really messing with my head, to be honest.
What?
The whole day I'm used to, like, German is a very exact language. When something is not going your way, you're saying it's not going my way. In English, it's something like lovely, and what you mean is like this is really effed up. So when you hear that the whole day, at some point you're really not sure if what you learned about any language is correct anymore.
Yeah.
It's like I'm sitting next to a politician.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're working on this.
We're a political
We're
people.
soon gonna resolve this, and you're
Yeah.
like, yeah, you know.
Yeah. Well, he's soon going to resolve Neptibus. He's gonna probably send the Dragoons, yeah, to be able to get some kind of combo going. I mean, with this, he's gonna work his way up to those 5 water monsters that he needs for Moonland Glacier. Even then, he's still the Omega could cause issues.
Yeah. So it looks like Omer is ahead.
Yeah.
A bit, but Daniel is still in this.
Yeah.
Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah, it's definitely a fair assessment. I mean, he's still been able to kind of keep his hand advantage at a reasonable level. He's not got very many life points, however.
Yeah.
So this Neptibus is gonna definitely. It's exciting to see what he hits. It's gunned, not so exciting. So he's still got Megalo. However, again, you know, there's a lot of pressure going on this table. If Daniel forgets that Omega's banished that card after doing all of his combos, and then he just goes, "Oh, this is back. It's got 2800 attack."
Yeah.
He's going to be real disappointed.
I was just a little bit smiling inside when he said there's a lot of pressure on that table. Normally, we only have a lot of pressure on the table when Federico Sopini's in the feature match and he just lost.
Yes. That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's probably going to summon Megalo here and then tribute the Neptibus and then get back Dragoons with the Neptibus and then clear the board that way. With Moonland Glacier in there somewhere.
Yeah, people are preoccupied with the discussion whether it's okay to move the cards between the zones back and forth.
I don't think anyone's playing Shifting Sands in this matchup.
That's the correct answer, yeah.
Or what's the Dynamite called? Yeah, that's going to be more fun for you guys to try and remember what that Dynamite card's called. When you play it, you destroy all cards in the vertical row of spells and traps and monsters.
Oh, yeah. That was
of the row of the
that
Dynamite.
was relevant for one sneak peek, and then it wasn't for the rest of the lifetime of Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah,
unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's actually a cool mechanic, if you ask me.
Yeah, no, I think so too. Just didn't work out. People just didn't play it. I think if you played something like that nowadays, you'd be able to just like choose whatever you destroyed.
Because everybody's just so used to rearranging their field the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Daniel managed to drop his hand. That's quite the accomplishment, because just a second ago he had 5 cards in hand. Now he's down to 2.
Yeah, well, he had to discard 2 of them for Abyss Megalo.
Yeah, but still.
Yeah.
Give credit where credit is due.
Yeah, I mean, the Neptibus obviously helped a whole bunch. He went in search for Abyss Scale.
Of the Mitsuchi.
Yeah, with the Megalo. So that's going to stop the first spell card that Omar wants to play, even though I don't think he's got much going on as far as spell cards are concerned. He's got a Brilliant Fusion hand, but his Garnet's already gone. He's only playing 1 Garnet. Is he playing 1 Garnet? Let's see. That's the Mermail deck. Yeah, just the 1 Garnet. So he's going to have to somehow put that back in his deck somehow if he wants to. I said somehow like 4 times in that sentence.
You did.
If he wants to somehow play Brilliant Fusion again. Yeah. Is there a song somewhere in there? No. Don't know.
There isn't.
No.
And I'm just saying this like before you start trying to make it one up.
Yeah. Okay. So that's that. Then this is what I said right at the start of the turn. He's going to be able to get back Dragoons.
Yeah, weird thing is now he's seen quite a few water monsters, but of course there's no way to summon Mulin Glacier anymore.
No.
So it's now in the
In the
graveyard.
graveyard, yeah. I think Daniel needs to give us a wave.
Yeah, this turn has been taking quite a while already.
Yeah, Daniel seems to really take his time with his turns.
We are also, speaking of time, 40 minutes into this round according to my clock. And I think this time I actually did stop at the start of the round, at the very beginning of the match. So unless I'm not mistaken, we should be in the timeout any moment now.
Yeah.
Yeah, normally we hear from the judges, or they send us a visual cue, basically.
Yeah.
Currently, Omar is ahead, not just with game wins, but also with life points.
Yeah. Actually, he's going to be able to. So he's going to.
He doesn't need. Yeah, he just needs to have 1,400 more than one monster on the field.
Yeah. He doesn't even need to address Megalo. He can just attack into.
Either the Abyss Dweller.
Yeah.
Or the.
Well, you can just go over Dweller for a bit and over Dragoons for a little bit as well. Yeah, that's. Is that Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon?
He's like overkilling this.
Yeah, he's yeah. Well, it's just he's not actually had a chance to play his full combo out during any of his.
So maybe he wants to do that now. Or
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it is, but let's bring that up for you guys. 3K. He actually attacks Megalo first, just because he can.
Yeah. And it's going to gain. I think it's going to gain the attack of the monster as well. I can't remember exactly what those conditions are.
And
Oh,
that
no,
is
it's only
it.
if you destroy its effects.
Any case,
anyway.
that is it. Yeah.
Anyway.
Omar was. He didn't even mind that we were going to time. He was like, "Yep, that's fine.
Yeah.
I still got one big bullet that's
There's the
coming
time
your
wizard.
way." Ah, yeah, it didn't happen. How disappointed are you that Time Wizard didn't make an appearance?
I think the match would have been over much sooner if Time Wizard would have been able to help us out with that.
One way or the other.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
maybe the opponent just gives up at that point and is like, yeah, okay, I can't take this anymore.
Yeah.
All right, guys. This was round 5 of YCS Liverpool. We're going to continue with our post-game analysis.